Shalom. First off, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakakudash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the hopeful elect that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And to all my brothers out here preaching this truth to you, I say Shalom. This is a Montazar from the Chicago camp, coming back at you again with a lesson entitled Feast of Tabernacles Peculiar. Okay? All right, so let's get into the word peculiar. So what I did was I screenshotted from the blue letter. Okay, H5459 Sugula. All right. It says from an unused root, meaning to shut up. Okay, a possession, property, a valued property, peculiar treasure, a treasure. Okay, peculiar treasure, peculiar, special, jewel, particular treasure. Okay, so peculiar actually means a special treasure. All right, that's shut up. All right, valued property, peculiar treasure, which has chosen and taken to himself all ways of people of Israel first. All right, and then let's see, definition 2, treasure. Okay, of kings, treasure of kings, gold and silver are an example. Okay, all right. So, so typically when you see the word peculiar in the English language, it usually translates to strange. Okay, all right, but not the case. All right, in the scriptures. All right, it's actually talking about something that's belongs to you. That's that's special. Okay, so it's a special possession. Okay, all right, a special possession. All right, so getting into it. All right, we just this week is the Feast of Tabernacles. All right, so you see the tent there. Okay, and we're in the land of our captivities, and we rehearsing the righteous acts. All right, we just came out of the Day of Atonement. All right, and right behind that, you got the Feast of Tabernacles, also known as the Feast of Booths. All right, and this is done in remembrance. Right now, as a peculiar people, all right, there's things that we do that's unlike any other people. Okay, we believe in the Most High, right? We believe in reincarnation and also immortality. We believe in spiritual powers. All right, we got strange dietary laws. There's things that we don't eat that the rest of the world eat all the time, and they're looking at us like, "What's wrong? Why won't you eat this?" um, very, very particular. All right. We keep the Sabbath. All right. These things will be looked at by the world in their definition of peculiar. All right, as being strange. Okay. All right, but it's actually being a special treasure. All right. So there's the Sabbath. We keep the Sabbath. All right, and when we keep the Sabbath, right, we don't defile ourselves. All right, we don't make ourselves unclean. All right, so we don't have sex on the Sabbath, right? So there's days where, hey, you got to go without. You can't get the box, okay? So to the world, that's pretty strange that you got these laws that you can't fulfill your desires whenever you want to. You can't bust a nut when you want to. No. We got the Passover and the Day of Atonement. We afflict our souls, okay, and fast and don't eat and drink, for a full day. All right. And we also get in tents. We get in them tents. All right. We got the Feast of Unleavened Bread. All right. And we get in these tents. And these tents, so the Feast of Tabernacles was a memorial, to look back, all right, something that we were supposed to observe throughout our generations because the Lord delivered us out of Egypt. Okay, as simple as that. All right, and one of the last things that we do this that the world will consider strange is we're constantly staring up into the sky because we're looking for those chariots. All right, so that's pretty strange as well. All right, so uh, peculiar. All right, meaning a special treasure. That's what Israel is to the Lord, a special treasure. All right. Leviticus 23 and 39, it says, also in the 15th day of the seventh month, when ye have gathered in the fruit of the land, ye shall keep a feast unto Yahweh 7 days. On the first day shall be a Sabbath, and on the eighth day shall be a Sabbath. And ye shall take you on the first day the boughs of goodly trees, branches of palm trees, and the boughs of thick trees, and willows of the brook, and ye shall rejoice before Yahweh your power 7 days. And ye shall keep it a feast unto Yahweh 7 days in the year. It shall be a statute forever in your generations. Ye shall celebrate it in the seventh month, and ye shall dwell in booths 7 days. All that are Israelites born shall dwell in booths, that your generations may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in booths when I brought them out of the land of Egypt. I am Yahweh your power. And Moses declared unto the children of Israel the feast of Yahweh. All right. So Judges 5 and 11, it says, they that are delivered from the noise of archers in the places of drawn water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of Yahweh, even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of his villages in Israel. Then shall the people of Yahweh go down to the gates. Okay. So we are in the land of drawn water. All right. Talking about captivity. Okay. And here we are rehearsing the righteous acts. Okay. This is Baruch 2 and 30. It says, for I knew that they would not hear me because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the lands of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. All right. So when we remember ourselves, we come back to our law, statutes, and law, statutes, commandments, and back to our heritage. Okay, all right. We was discontinued from our heritage. The Lord took His name out of our mouth for a short time. All right, now He's returned that. Okay, for I knew that they would not hear me because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves, and shall know that I am the Lord their power. For I will give them a heart and ears to hear, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity, and think upon my name, and return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the way of their fathers, okay, which sinned before the Lord. All right. So we're going to remember the ways of our fathers. Okay. Um, going into these rehearsing these righteous acts. Okay. Whether it's keeping the Passover, the Feast of Unleavened Bread, the Day of Atonement, Feast of Tabernacles, all of these things we're remembering ourselves. All right. And the only people who do these things are the people who are remembering themselves and the people who are the imposters, who have taken this book and taken the heritage and appropriated it upon themselves. This is 2 Kings 18 and 21. It says, now behold, thou trustest upon the staff of this bruised reed, even upon Egypt, on which if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, unto all that trust on him. All right. So this right here, all right, America, this is spiritual Egypt. Okay. So when we observe, okay, the Feast of Tabernacles, all right, we're remembering ourselves in the land of our captivities. Well, where are we? Okay. Spiritual Egypt. That's what this place is. All right. And while we're um, observing, okay, the Feast of Tabernacles, hey, we're in Egypt all over again. Okay. Let me go Deuteronomy 28:68. Okay. This is Deuteronomy 28:68. And Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. All right. So if you've been following, okay, if you've been following this truth, you know that uh, America is spiritual Egypt, okay, and we've been sold to our enemies as bondmen and bondwomen. All right, Revelation 11:8, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of that great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. Okay, so here you have Esau Edom. He put his picture or his likeness, all right, saying that his likeness is the son of the Most High God. Okay, all right, and here in America you have the children of Israel, right, and the children of Judah, which are pressed together. Southern, all right, the northern and the southern kingdom. Jeremiah 50:33. Thus said Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast, and they refused to let them go. All right, and that's where we're at. We're in the captivity in Egypt. Okay, America is spiritual Egypt. All right, so those who trusted in this spiritual Egypt, okay, got a rude awakening coming. This is Isaiah 30:1. It says, woe to the rebellious children, said Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Hey, this place is circling the drain. This place is about to be destroyed. Any comforts that we have here, right, for this short amount of time, that's all it is a short amount of time. You don't trust in anything. Ain't shit getting better. All right. I always tell the story. I got a cousin that was telling me they was about to buy a boat. He about to buy a boat, sailboat or something, like a little, like little small yacht or something. All right. I didn't say anything, hey, go ahead, do you. But in my mind, I was like, hey, it's all of it is missile food. It's all missile food. Isaiah 19:1. All right. This place ain't gonna get better. This place, all right, this place is getting worse. I'm gonna show you an article. All right. Because ultimately everything is going towards the MOTB. All right. This dollar is about to crash, right? They're gonna institute the electronic money, okay, the CBDC, central bank digital currency, and then after that, they're gonna introduce the damn MOTB. Okay, because they're gonna at that point they're gonna have complete control of your resources. Okay, so the standard of what you would barter or not barter, but what you will buy using a dollar is gonna be gone. Okay, so the only monetary thing, all right, that you can transfer, okay, or use to buy anything is going to be electronic. All right, and then ultimately that's what's going to usher in the MOTB. This is Isaiah 19:1. It says, the burden of Egypt, behold, Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight, every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, kingdom against kingdom. Okay, there's going to be race wars, all kind of shit coming to this place. This place, all right, cannot be healed. It won't get better. It's going to get worse and worse and worse, ultimately until the return, all right, of Yahushua. This is 2 Ezra 15:14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the cities shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulations. Okay? All right, so all of these things are coming upon. All right. All right, that money is cankered. James 5:1, it says, Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. All right, so this devil then stole all the money. He then robbed all the people. All right, but all of it ain't gonna be nothing. It's worthless. Okay. All right. Now this is the article real quick that I was mentioning. All right. It says market analysis hyperinflation has begun and the dollar will collapse by 2025. Prepare now. You see that? They're putting it out there and they're telling you. All right. Who's telling you? Okay, to prepare now. The same fucking people who's going to collapse the dollar. In a recent interview with Michelle McCory from Kitco News, Lynette Zhang, founder and CEO of Zhang Enterprises, issued a stark warning about the global economy, focusing on the U.S. dollar and banking sector. Zhang emphasized that the transition to hyperinflation has already begun. All right. It says she asserted that the United States is moving towards a highly inflationary environment with 2025 expected to bring massive market volatility and a loss of public confidence in the U.S. dollar. Zhang explained that the Federal Reserve's own charts reveal the diminishing purchasing power of the dollar, indicating a downward trajectory that will likely lead to zero value. According to Zhang, the public should expect more borrowing, more money printing, and greater inflation as the U.S. government has not addressed the underlying issues of the economic system. She believes that political leaders will attempt to hold off any significant crisis until after the 2024 elections. But by 2025, which is right around the corner, the gloves will come off and the financial system will face even greater instability. Okay, let me tell you. The men of the Lord have been explaining and preaching this for years now. Okay? For years now. All right? And in closing, Revelation 13:16. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. All right? So when you go into that mark, it's karag ma, right? And you go into the root word of that, it's karax, all right? And that's an impalement, okay? So that's a stake or an impalement, all right? Which would be a needle, all right? You know, hey, we've been preaching this and teaching this for a while now. It's getting closer and closer, all right? So you can't trust in Egypt, all right? The Feast of Tabernacles, all right, peculiar, all right? This has been Feast of Tabernacles peculiar, okay? What's up? Why is it peculiar? Because we're a special treasure unto the Lord, and we've been rehearsing, right, and observing the deliverance that's coming to this place for the men of the Lord, the men and women of the Lord, the elect, okay? We're rehearsing the righteous acts. The Lord wants us to remember how he saved us, all right, out of Egypt. And it's going to happen again. This is spiritual Egypt today, okay? All right, so there you have it. All right, Feast of Tabernacles, peculiar. I pray that this lesson has been edifying. Until the next one, I want to say, Shalom.